What's going on, beautiful people? How you doing today? I'm just gonna get right into it. Today is my 32nd birthday, and I made a promise to myself that I was gonna do two things today. One, I was gonna work out, and two, I was gonna make a YouTube video. The reason why is 2 years ago, I started a YouTube channel saying that I wanted to make YouTube videos to document my life, to try something new and challenge myself, and to really step out of my comfort zone and to get back to a space of doing things that I desired or had the ambition to do, and not letting fear and overthinking and the voices of other people keep me from doing that. And unfortunately, I made that video, and I made maybe a couple other videos, but yeah, I didn't do that. And so uh, here I am, addressing my inconsistency, addressing the fact that I wasn't being honest with myself. And what brought me to this space that I'm in right now is I was reading a book a couple days ago, and the author um, shared something I thought was very profound. And he had said, what would you do if your circumstances never changed, or if depression never went away, or if anxiety never left? What if the situation didn't get any better than what it is right now? What would you do? And that like convicted me, man. That I've been wrestling with that the last few days, even before my birthday. Kind of at a place where I'm frustrated, I'm upset, and the only person I have to blame is me. The decisions I've made or I haven't made, my inconsistency, um, my lack of discipline have led me to this space that I'm in. And, things are different now than they were 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I was recently just newly married. I've been married for 3 years, so shout out to my wife. And along with that, we have a baby boy. And, I don't know, marriage changes your life, but having a kid uh, has changed me more than I could ever imagine. And my son is at a stage where he's really watching us, and he's watching me to the point that he starts mimicking me. And that's a very beautiful thing to witness and to um, see happen. But it also makes me think and makes me that much more aware that my son is watching me. And the last thing I would want to do to my family, to my wife, or to my son is not be a man of my word. I can't tell my son, hey, yo, son, you can really do anything that you want to do, man. Like, God put you on this earth for a reason. You were made with a purpose to do something for Him. And I'm not living that life myself. You know what I mean? And I'm allowing fear or overthinking to hinder me, to stop me. Like, what do you do? What do you do when you're the enemy? It's not the devil, it's not other people, negativity, and um, circumstances that you can't control. What if it's just you? All the thoughts that you have in your head. And that's kind of the place that I've come to. Like, what if I'm the reason why I'm not progressing the way I need to be? And so, um, thinking about my kid, thinking about my wife, and the people that I'm around, it hits a little differently now. Not that 32 is old, but I desire for this decade to be different for me and for my family. And so the question that I asked was like, what would my life look like if I just fully went all in, listened to God's voice only and what His truth is said in His Word, and really just went after the things that I desired. If I fail, cool. If something great happens from it, cool. But what would happen if I just did it? You know, like what would happen if I just executed, man? How differently would my life be? How different of a man would I be? And so, um, in order to experience that, I wanted to give myself a birthday present by making myself record a YouTube video, even though this isn't the most comfortable thing for me. Um, but that's all right, man. Like, life is full of uncomfortable moments. You can either choose to embrace them or um, allow them to have you tuck your tail in between your legs. And um, I have no right to complain um, if I'm not willing to do the work or I'm not doing the things necessary in order for my life to change. So this is really just me documenting where I'm at currently in my life as a 32-year-old man, um, as a husband, as a father. And hopefully one day my son, I can show this video to my son and let him know like, yo, dad wasn't perfect. Dad had insecurities and overthinking and fears just like you, but we did it anyway. And hopefully that's an inspiration for him and whoever else is watching. And if you find yourself in this space, that's okay. That's all right that we're here. What's not all right is that we allow the fear, the overthinking to keep us in this space. And so I've recognized I've had to do a couple of things, but the first thing, first and foremost, is we have to be honest with ourselves. It's cool to say all these things that we desire, but if our actions are not in alignment, we're truly just lying. We're wasting time. I don't want to be a liar. I know you don't want to either. So, first step is just get real honest. And that's uncomfortable because that means taking accountability for where you are, the decisions you've made or you haven't made, the disappointments that you've created. But it's all a learning lesson. The Lord says all things work together for the good of those that love Him and called according to His purpose. And what that means is um, to love Lord is to keep His commandments. And that's first and foremost. But secondly, um, everything's gonna work out. And so I've learned to adapt this perspective that everything is happening for me and not to me. And so it kind of ties in to the question that I mentioned at the beginning of the video. But what would you do if depression and anxiety and overthinking never went away? But I give up? Would I just sit off to the side and say, I can't do it? Or do I put my head down and do the work? And so this really is just me having a conversation, an honest conversation with myself. Like, yo, man, we have been inconsistent. We have been lying to ourselves, not just to other people, but if we're lying to ourselves, man, we're definitely going to be lying to other people. And so, in order for us to move forward, this is something that must be done. And so, this is just me taking accountability that I haven't been consistent the last couple of years. I've allowed excuses and overthinking and really my fear of people, fear of judgment, fear how it's going to be received, questioning if this is what, the Lord wants me to do. But, if it's not, He'll reveal that. But I'll never know until I try. And worst case scenario, it works on me, makes me a better communicator, makes me better with being uncomfortable. And I'm just able to document my life. So I thank you guys for listening. And if you find yourself in this spot, I challenge you as we get ready to go into the new year, forget the New Year's resolutions, forget new year, new you, all that. How about we just get better every day? How about we just start with where we are and be honest with ourselves so that we can be honest with those around us? And hard reality that we have to face is we have no right to complain about our life if we're not willing to do the work necessary to make our life extraordinary. I have no right to tell my kid or my wife, hey, you can really do anything, and I'm not leading by example. And so I challenge you. You ain't got to tell nobody your dreams or your goals. Talk to God and just keep it between yourself. Or you can document it or whatever it is that you need to do. But just show up for yourself, believe in yourself. And we can go on this journey together. But I appreciate you listening. Hope you have a good day, a good night. And I'll be back with another video soon. But until then, I want to say I'm proud of you because you did what you said you were going to do. You worked out. You made a YouTube video. We headed in the right direction.